What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. If you celebrated Easter yesterday with family, friends, or maybe just by yourself with your dog, I hope you had a good time. If you're on spring break or if you just finished spring break, hope you enjoyed yourself. Today, we're back to MLB The Show 24. You got questions, I got answers. This is, of course, the 10 Minute Mailbag, the weekly MLB The Show series where I, kdjTV, or Kenny, that's my real name, I take your comments and I expand upon them. I give you guys real answers to help you solve whatever problems you're having in the game. Sometimes we just have really good discussions about stuff, and that's fine too. So make sure if you have any questions at any point, put them down below in the comments section for next week. And of course, like the video, duh, and subscribe. We are a couple days away from 3,000 subscribers. Incredible. Help me get there. And without further ado, that's French, I think, let's go answer questions. Here's the phone, here's the timer. Let's put 10 minutes on this diggity dang thing and get going. So in 3, 2, 1, begin. Our first question today comes from NBT with a bunch of numbers. Would you recommend doing the live series before the Set 1 collection? So first of all, the Set 1 collection is not really even something you can complete right now. Because if you go to it, where is it? It's this one. The highest you can get is like Rich Aurelia, who's a good card, probably one of the top shortstops right now. But I don't know if I would necessarily be prioritizing Rich Aurelia. But I wanted to turn this actually into a larger discussion about, is the live series collection worth it? Because I've seen a lot of discourse about this and I want to talk about it. I want to clear some things up. As you can see, I'm one team away from doing it. 2 cards. Spencer Strider, excuse me, who's not that expensive, and Ronald Acuna, who is very expensive. So, here is my opinion on the live series collection. When you go to the collect both screen, whatever it's called, it is difficult to find a better first baseman than Rafael Palmeiro right now. Maybe some supercharged guys could occasionally kind of take that spot away, but Rafael Palmeiro, even at a 95, is the best first baseman in the game right now. He's a great swing, good power that plays up. His vision and clutch are very good for where we're at this point in the year, and his swing is really nice. This is all in ranked. I'm hitting 438 so far with 3 tanks. Pedro Martinez, on paper, is probably like a top 5 starting pitcher in the game right now. We've seen a lot of Pedro over the years. He's not quite as glitchy as like a Randy Johnson or a John Donaldson. Johan Santana's good. Shohei's good. And of course, Babe Ruth, who's the live series collection, is also a starting pitcher. But Pedro's good. And then when you look at Babe, because this is all we care about really, is Babe. First, well, I know he's a starting pitcher card first, but he is a two-way player. Let's look at his hitting. Best hitter in the game, without question. He will probably remain one of the best hitting cards in the game all year long. The only thing you might not like on his card as a hitter is his 104 vision, which is more than enough. Also, Babe Ruth, 75 bunt. Never seen him bunt. Well, he's never been alive when I'm alive, but I didn't think he could bunt. Then when you talk about his pitching, he's got a sinker, he's got max stamina, the break is great. He's not the best pitcher. I don't think he's terribly difficult to hit, but you're not going to find attributes like Babe Ruth right now where we are at the power creep. For Babe Ruth's hitting alone, I think it's worth it. The live series collection is worth it. And there are people who don't like the 95s as the division, as the conference, sorry. Thinking of other sports, the league collections. Here is where you will be able to tell where the live series collection is important. The start of season 2. Yes, I know that's like still 9 or 10 weeks away. Perhaps that means you don't need to rush to collect Palmeiro and Pedro for Babe. But at the start of season 2, when you only have 1 wild card spot to start, and you're back to using core cards, live series, the ability to add 2 95s and a 99 to your team, it's going to make you feel a lot better about your early season squad. So is the live series collection worth it? Yes. Will you feel it more in 2 months versus now? I think so. And I think that's the best way to put it. So NBT, thank you for your question. Next up, Pens fan. Do you think SDS cranked home run distances because of the power creep? And do you think they will nerf the nukes, so to speak, as the power creep continues to rise? I feel like if they don't, we're going to start seeing 600-foot piss missiles by July. A couple things to note on this. I like your thought process. But if the power creep is also making the hitters better, it's also making the pitchers better. So I think that maintains that balance constantly. I think right now hitting is actually just a little better than pitching because the pitcher viability has been pretty weak so far. I think that balance adjusts itself as time goes on and the powers creep equally. And so hopefully that just keeps the playing field level to where it is now. I don't know if SDS specifically jacked up the exit velocity or if somehow they just did a better job of making stadiums better, just play better. If you go to MLB stadiums, a lot of the fans are rendering better. They don't look as like, what's the best word? Like zappy, like they'll just zap from one spot to another, or they'll move like robots. Like they feel a little more fluid. I think that's a good indication that the engine is running smoother for stadiums. And then with that, probably just helps with the choppiness of balls being hit and pitches being thrown and animations and reactions, and it all kind of spirals from there. Would it be cool to hit a 600-foot piss rod with 99 Aaron Judge? Of course it would. I don't think that's quite going to happen. Though I know Scan has been doing some weird challenges like he likes to do to try to see how far he can actually hit a ball. So I'm hoping Scan hits a 600 because that'd be fun. But in terms of the power creep altering like home run distances, I don't think that's going to happen. I really do think that the pitchers are eventually going to catch up and, you know, a 99 pitcher versus a 99 hitter is not going to yield a 600-foot homer. But I think the discussion topic here is really more to do with how stadiums just feel good. Like, mostly. Custom stadiums feel like crap, but they've always felt like crap, in my opinion. But, like, I'm playing ranked games at, like, real MLB stadiums, and I don't hate myself. I mean, I'm not choosing them. I still choose Ship It, because I'm a loser. I just like Ship It. But, like, I'm playing opponents who are taking me to Citizens Bank, who are... Fenway still sucks because Fenway's got the batter's eye problem. That's a separate conversation. But Fenway otherwise actually plays okay. I've seen a lot of discourse about Angel Stadium being like a really, really strong stadium to play at. I know Cougs likes it. I know Gunsky likes it. It looks pretty fair. Coors is still solid. Atlanta's pretty like... I think SDS did a good job. I mean, I'm curious what happens as the cards get better. But I'm pretty sure that they just did something to make stadiums not suck. And we should celebrate that because that has... You played the same 3 stadiums all the time last year, and now there's some variety. I kind of like it. Thank you for your question, Pens fan. Moving on, probably our last one, to Scott. It seems that SDS learned from last year's captains by taking them out of programs. Do you like the new captain approach? As opposed to Christian Yelich being just the captain of the egg program and boosting just the egg cards. Yeah. I think SDS learned quite a bit from their captain journey last year. We'll call it a journey because there were some captains that were good, Cal Ripken, etc. There were some that were not good, most of them. The problem with introducing captains last year was that every card was so good on its own, there was hardly ever reason to actually use captains. But now you're seeing with the power creep, not only like the Byron Buxton boost helps a ton, the Nolan Arenado boost helps a ton if you're a higher ranked player, Hall of Fame legend, but the cards themselves are viable. Like, the captain cards themselves are usable, specifically more so on the pitching side. But my 2 pitching captains that I chose are Daniel Bard, who's been excellent, 6 1/3 innings, no ERA, .32 whip, and Sir Anthony Dominguez, 5 innings, 1.8 ERA, 3 Ks, 2 saves, because he's my dude. I love that. Like, they're good cards. Last year, the captain cards stunk because they couldn't hold a candle to the 99s. They just couldn't. And then they did the Derek Jeter captain for the Subway Series cards, which everybody gets if you do his storylines. This captain card is really good on its own. And then you add his boost in, and we're really cooking with stuff. I think the biggest thing that helped captains was the power creep. Now, I do also like that there are fewer captains to choose from. I like that these are the only captains teams will get all year long. They'll get one pitcher, they'll get one hitter, all the cards are already in the game. That eliminates the whole problem of like, the Yankees captain is 95 Aaron Judge, but I can't use Aaron Judge's 99 because I have to use the captain. Like, I'm sure there will still be some instances of that. It depends on the team, but largely across the board, that problem is going to be eliminated. Like, for the most part, that problem is just not going to exist. And I think that's a win. I think that's very smart. You could also see that a lot of the captains are not even on their current teams anymore. So that further eliminates the problem of potentially having like finest Aaron Judge because the Yankees captain is Don Mattingly or something. So I like it. Captains feel more natural this year. They feel better. They feel integrated into the mode a lot better. And I know I'm already past time, but let's be honest. If this was a captain card, I don't think it'd be nearly as good based on how they've built captain. I'd rather this 91 Christian Yelich be 91 Christian Yelich. Even if it meant boosting Jamer, who I love, and boosting Aaron Bummer, who everyone's going to use. They made a good call. Take captains out of programs. Just leave them in the beginning of the path. And that's it. Captains, big win this year. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for the first 10-minute mailbag of April. It is April Fool's Day. I have no tricks. I have no pranks. I have no nothing for you for April Fools. Because I feel like when content creators do that, it causes problems. I think it's silly to do that. So, I hope you pull pranks on everyone else in your life. Just know that I won't be doing one to you today. Thank you guys for making it to the end. Enjoy the content the rest of the week. That's it. See you next time.